Our next chapter is computer networks. So what is a computer network? A computer network is a collection of interconnected computers. So can you imagine a world without networking? No, because each and every task we perform on our computer or mobile phone is related to networking. That is, we do online ticket bookings for movies, for flights, for trains. All these are possible because of computer networking. Then e-commerce, that is online shopping, is possible because of computer networking. Online learning, social media, data transfer, everything is possible because of computer networking. So let us see what is a computer network. A computer network is a collection of interconnected computers and other devices to share data and other resources. So that is, you have seen our computer labs or in internet cafes. There are large number of computers and there will be a single printer. So a printer is not attached to every computer, but it is placed separately. But whenever we give a print command from any of the computer, the printer will process and give the printout irrespective of where it is placed. Then how this is happening? This is because all the computers and the printer are interconnected through a network. All are connected to a network. It does not require that all these, to form a network, an internet connection is required. A network can consist of a computer, a fax machine, a printer, a camera, a cell phone, etc. Two computers or devices are said to be interconnected if they are capable of sharing and exchanging information with each other by following a set of rules called protocol. If two mobile phones are exchanging data through Bluetooth or infrared, they are called network. If a mobile phone is connected to a laptop using a USB cable, then also it is called a network. Certain terminologies of networks are: first one, nodes. All the computers that are connected in a network are called nodes. The term node or workstation refers to computers that are attached to a network and are seeking to share resources. Next is server. A computer that facilitates the sharing of data or software and hardware resources on the network. So a server is a computer that provides services. Network interface unit or MAC address. A network interface unit is an interpreter that helps in establishing communication between the server and the client. That is, whenever a device is manufactured, then the manufacturer puts an address, puts a number on the device. That address is called the MAC address, and the MAC address is a permanent address and it won't change. Next is IP address. Every machine on a TCP/IP network has a unique identifying number called an IP address. That is, whenever a device starts communicating or whenever a device is connected to a network, the network administrator assigns an address to that device. That address is called the IP address. If for a mobile device the IP address continuously changes with its motion, that is, its network is continuously changing, then the IP address also continuously changes. So IP address is not a permanent address. Next is domain name. It is a way to identify and locate the computers connected to the internet, and it must be unique. So let us consider an example of a URL of google.com. From this, we know this google.com google.com is the domain name, and this google.com is a domain name, so it is used to identify a computer or a server. So since it is a computer and is connected to an internet, it has a IP address. So in order to identify a website, it is very difficult to enter the IP address into the search bar. So the IP address is named with a domain name so that people can easily access the website. Different components of data communication. Sender, a device or a computer that sends the data, and receiver is the device that receives the data. Message is the information to be communicated. It may be text, image, audio, or video. So the sender sends a message to the receiver. Then transmission medium is a physical path through which the data flows from sender to receiver. A cable or a wire or a radio waves can be the medium. That is, if a mobile phone is connected to a laptop through a USB cable, then USB cable is the transmission medium. If the file transfer is taking place through a Bluetooth, then the radio waves are the transmission medium. Then protocol, a set of rules that governs data transmission. It represents the communication method which are to be followed by the sending and the receiving devices. So let us consider a figure showing a simple networking. Here a laptop, an iPod, and a printer are connected to a network. So for a networking, we need a router. Router deviates where the message has to go. So in a for networking, for receiving the signals, wireless, these are radio signals. To receive the radio signals, we need a network adapter inside the devices. So each device has a network adapter, and for this working of the for networking, we need a networking software. Then only networking can be possible. Next is advantages of computer networks. First one is resource sharing. In networking, you can see different servers and different computers, different printers, router, firewall, all are connected to a networking device called switch. This device you will study later in this chapter. So what is resource sharing? Resource sharing means sharing of a hardware or a software among different computers. So the primary use of network is to share among users what programs, applications, data, and peripheral devices. So we use networking for sharing the hardware or software or applications among different devices. So in previous example I told, in computer labs or in internet cafes, we are sharing the printers among different computers. This is called resource sharing. Or even we can transfer a software present in one server, one machine can be shared among all other machines. This is called resource sharing. That is, all computers can share a hardware or a software present in the different other computers. Next is improved communication. A computer network enables fast, reliable, and secure communication between users. So in a networked system, it saves time and offers easy communication methods. For example, in an organization, if there are two departments and the managers of different departments can communicate with each other and share data with each other. If one manager makes changes in the files, then the other manager can view the updated files. So it is easy for them to communicate with each other. Next is reduced communication cost. Sharing resources also reduces communication cost. Using public networks, we can send a large quantity of data at a low cost. And we use internet for communication purpose. So internet usage also reduces the communication cost, and it becomes easier for us to share the data among different computers. Next is reliability of data. Reliability means backing up of data. That is, data can be copied and stored on multiple computers. Copied and stored on multiple computers. In a network system, all computers are connected to each other. So if one system fails, then the data can be recovered from other systems. Thus it becomes easy for the leads to smooth functioning of the computers. Next one is central storage of data. Here files are stored on a central node called the file server. So here centralized processing is done. So there is no replication of the data, and data is stored and retrieved from a single central location. Thus there is no duplication of the data and almost no data redundancy. That is, multiple copies of the data does not exist. Only a single copy of the data will exist. That's all for today. Thank you.